Greetings, YouTube. In the eyes of many social conservatives, I am a radical, quote-unquote, feminist. And a new study has come out that I think is very important. This study shows women use contraception to control lives, complete education, and achieve goals. And the closing passage of this article, which does have a link to the full PDF report if you'd like to look at it. According to the study, these findings point to the critical role of contraception in the lives of women and their families and further documents the value of ensuring women's continued and increased access to a full range of contraceptive services and methods, which, seems to be a very reasonable attitude for a first world nation to take, arguably the most powerful nation on the planet. And because I am one of those quote-unquote radical feminists and believe that a woman should have full control over what does and does not happen to her body, I fully endorse this report and its findings. I believe that American women should have access to contraceptive whenever they choose, and that contraception should be covered by their insurance policies. Of course, I also believe in a universal single payer system, but at this point in America, that's kind of a pie-in-the-sky dream, now, isn't it? Well, one thing I've never really been able to understand. If a woman is willing to prevent a fetus through contraception, and in the event they end up becoming pregnant through circumstances beyond their control, they're not going to carry their fetus to term, I do have a question. What is the end game that social conservatives imagine will happen if such a woman is forced to carry a fetus to term? What do they think is going to happen? Do they think that it's just magically going to end up in the hands of a socially conservative family? That woman is just going to, give it up to someone else, even after she's had to bear that child, even though there is risk to her physically? And yes, I personally know women that have suffered detrimental lifelong medical problems because of birth, and birth is a stress on a woman's body. Anyone who thinks it isn't is fooling themselves. What do these social conservatives think is going to be the end game? See, I think a lot of them don't think about this. They're using emotional thinking. They've got themselves into a position where the doctrine they've been raised with, or the doctrine they've bought into, has completely short-circuited their ability to critically think. And they've fallen into the trap of the, won't someone think of the children, mode of thinking that smacks of bad writing in a Simpsons cartoon. But being a quote-unquote radical feminist, I take the stance, won't someone think of the woman?